Hey everyone, Sharkbait is back here. In this video, we are going to be watching YouTube on Internet Explorer 8 in 2022 on Windows XP. So yeah, Internet Explorer, the infamous web browser for being slow, existing for a lot of time, and well, being included in Windows. Yeah. So Internet Explorer 8 was released in 2009 and of course it's very old and practically nothing runs on it. Well, we can open it up here on running Windows XP. As you can see, it's Internet Explorer 8. Even the old logo here because it's an old version of Internet Explorer. Yeah, MSN works. Very few stuff still works on here as it has no HTML5 support. So to run YouTube on it, we need a lot more fixes and tools for it to actually make it work. So first of all, we need to have TLS 1.1 and 1.2 enabled. This allows us to use more newer security features, which makes more websites work, but still not a lot due to lackluster HTML5 support. And yeah. And also Internet Explorer still has very poor cipher support, so this still doesn't give us the best security features for website, but it allows some more websites to run. So as you can see, very few websites run, and Google, for example, works, but as you can see, it's an older, simpler version, and yeah, nothing. I mean, Gmail, for example, it comes out all broken and it takes, yeah. So yeah, we will need to patch this up to make it run some more stuff. So first of all, we'll be using this program called the Google Chrome Frame. This is essentially the Google Chrome rendering engine, but built for Internet Explorer to make you use it as a plugin. This uses the rendering engine of Chrome 32, which is of course still fairly outdated, but it's obviously better than Internet Explorer, and it has at least some HTML5 support. So yeah, we first need to install it. Yeah, the classic Windows installer.
A few moments later.
So yeah, that's installed. It should appear in the programs. And yeah, Google Chrome Frame installed. So however, now despite it installed, it still doesn't become the default rendering engine in Internet Explorer. So for this, we actually need to edit the registry entries for it to make it the default renderer for Internet Explorer. So yeah, this is just stuff for the Google Chrome Frame that is default renderer. So yeah, this will make it actually work in Internet Explorer. Otherwise, it doesn't really do anything. So yeah, add this to registry, and now we can run Internet Explorer. And yeah, I'm not sure, but maybe MSN looks a bit different. But if we go on something else like Google now, for example, it actually looks different. It's probably still a slightly older version, but it does look different. And now, for example, we could, yeah, this definitely looks different. Go on YouTube. So normally actually the desktop version of YouTube, I mean, it doesn't actually run here because Chrome 32 is still outdated as hell. But YouTube actually has a simpler version, the mobile version, which is simpler and it's meant for mobile devices which are slower. And it actually does work with this. So if we type up YouTube mobile simply, yes. Oh, that's the account page. It actually works. It takes a while to load, but it actually works. So here we have the YouTube page running on Internet Explorer 8. On Windows XP. It works. So we can actually do a lot of stuff here. For example, let's go on to my amazing channel.
Today is the 31st of December 2020, the last day of Adobe Flash Player.
And yes, the audio works. The controls do work, but they're a little lackluster.
31st of December 2020, the last day of Adobe Flash Player.
So it's a weird Flash game.
So yeah, and we can look at the description. Of course, the layout may look a little weird as this is meant for mobile versions, and also if we go full screen, it sort of messes up the scaling. So this actually seems to work a lot better in a 4:3 ratio. So yeah, we can see the comments, or I mean if they do actually load. So anyway, you might wonder why what about the desktop version of YouTube? So this is actually what happens. It doesn't work because yeah, Chrome 32 is too old and only the mobile version works now. And also now it sees that we're using a desktop browser, so it tries to default to that one. But I have a link here, which is my video but with the suffix at the end, which forces it to only use the mobile version of the YouTube. So now if we run this, yes. So yeah, anyway, it crashed and I had to restart the virtual machine to get it to work again. Pretty typical. But anyway, here is another one of my videos. It does work, and a lot of stuff works actually. So we can actually change the quality. I seriously wonder, can this thing run 1080p? Well, it has some frame drops, but it actually looks like, yeah, it actually looks kind of high quality, so maybe it works. And yeah, full screen, it sort of works if we make the video full screen and the browser full screen. And yeah, it sort of works, but yeah, it's not ideal. And we could technically hide everything like the status bar. And yeah, it's
the blank screen in stream.
I guess it works. However, the scrolling through the video, it doesn't seem to work. And yeah, it definitely has some scaling issues. But comments, for example, do work, and the description, I can see this entire description, see the links. And yeah, comments do work, however they're very hit or miss. I had to reload the page multiple times before they actually opened, before it was just on an endless loop. And yeah, I couldn't see the comments and everything. However, if we try to sign in, it doesn't seem to work. Oh, and don't know why I redirected that, but yeah, my channel page loads perfectly fine. But yeah, if we try to sign in, oh, it gives an error saying that this browser may not be secure. Now, this may possibly be fixed if there's a way to spoof the user agent, which essentially tricks the websites into thinking we're running a different browser, a different operating system. And I did try multiple tools and even editing in the group policy, however it didn't make any difference and it didn't change the user agent. It seems that the user agent that the Google Chrome frame sets, it overrides any other user agent. So unless there's a way to change it, I'm not sure there's really a way to spoof the user agent. But yeah, that's that. But other than that, for very basic YouTube viewing, it works. And YouTube Shorts do actually also work. So yeah, NCS. Yeah, it works. I'm not sure the comments work here. Yes, I said they often don't load. So yeah, that's done for YouTube. Now, does anything else work? Not a lot of things. This is pretty outdated. However, Facebook does have a simpler mobile version as well. So we actually should be able to use that. Oh yeah. As you can see, yeah, it says you're using a non-support voucher, so it redirects us to a simpler version of Facebook, which should work. So I'll actually try and log in and see if it actually works. And yeah, oddly enough, Facebook does work. However, it's in this weird mobile layout and it's a much simpler version. But other than that, unlike YouTube, I can actually log in and it works. And it's for basic functionality, it works. So for example, here I can see the posts, I can like it, it works, and I can write a comment. So and yeah, it works. Now Twitter, for example, won't work because it doesn't actually have a old version. It'll just, yeah, it straight up says. So very few websites actually have older, simpler versions. Reddit does though, but it's pretty well known. So yeah, Reddit obviously works the old version, and some other simpler websites such as for some weird reason, Wikipedia doesn't seem to work. Maybe it's down, I don't know. Or it could be that there is certificate issues. Anyway, I seriously wonder, can I run Netflix on this? So yeah, it doesn't work. I actually was semi-hopeful that will work, because it does say on its system requirement page, and it officially supports Silverlight playback, which is an old plugin that Microsoft stopped supporting, but surprisingly enough it still works on Netflix to actually make it work on on all the browsers or all the operating system. But it appears the Internet Explorer can't actually open the page up, so we can't get that far. Other than that, Silverlight will actually work with Internet Explorer, but it's pretty dead anyway. So yeah, that's what works and doesn't work on Internet Explorer 8 with Google Frame. It's pretty useless still with Chrome 32, as it's still outdated as hell. Even Chrome 49, which is the last version of Google Chrome that works on in the Windows XP, it's already outdated. So yeah, and just like always, it froze again. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, I guess, like and subscribe and comment down below if you want to see any other crazy videos, which I may do, like this.